Guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. It is kind of a weird temperature. Just pull out in front of me. No big deal. We'll all get home safe. There you go. None of us died. Saved you 3 or 4 seconds. Well worth it. Where was I? It is 84 degrees. About the same as yesterday. The winds are out of the northeast at 12 miles an hour. They're usually out of the southeast, but it's the same temperature. But it feels cooler. So I'm saying it's got to be the humidity. The humidity is like 5% higher than it was yesterday. So I don't know if it's a little bit of cloud cover. I honestly don't know what's going on that makes it a little bit cooler, at least feeling today. But heading over to Aransas Pass, Texas. Going to go back by the little marina in the back there, not Con Brown Harbor, the one that's over by Mickey's. We haven't been back there in about a year. I was talking to my friend Lori. Good morning, Lori. Lori leaves nice comments. I'm sorry, Laura, Lora, on my videos. And she was talking about the fall and the leaves changing color, and we just don't get that here. We get like green and brown. You have to go a little bit more north to get any type of leaf color change. One time in, let's see, I want to say 2004. A couple of guys long haul biking. 2004, I left Rockport and I was going back to Philadelphia to work at the gym. Couldn't find steady work down here. And it was the perfect time of the year to leave here and have no clue of fall and drive northeast. And it's like I got the entire fall experience in 3 days. All the way up, by the time I got to Pennsylvania, almost all the leaves were off the trees. And the peak foliage was right around the Smoky Mountains in Kentucky. Driving along those the mountain roads, I think, is it I-40 that goes through there, not far from Sevierville and Knoxville and Pigeon Forge. They gotta fix those bumps. But just amazing. When I lived in Philadelphia, they built this highway extension, and I believe it was 476, but it was on the map for years before they built it, and it was in blue. It was under construction, and we all referred to it as the Blue Route. That's what everyone knew it as. If you said 476, not too many people would know what you were talking about. If you said the Blue Route, but it went through older neighborhoods, so it was elevated. And what was cool about it was, when the fall came and the highway was open, you were at tree level. So everything in the fall was right on both sides of the road for miles and miles. And that was, to me, the best place to go in Philadelphia to see the fall colors. And fortunately, I used that every Saturday and Sunday to go to work. I worked for my boss during the week, and then we went almost every Saturday throughout the year to his house to work there, landscaping or whatever needed to be done. And sometimes 2 days a week. Nothing nothing like working 7 days a week. But that was good. He paid us well. And they took care of us, and they were nice people. I've talked about them before. Carlos would take us on, we would call it the walk. And he'd walk us around the property, and I need to cut this, but don't cut this. And this is actually the neighbor's property, and I want you to cut it down. But if they say anything, act like it's your fault and you didn't know. All right, gotcha. And then Cynthia would wait for Carlos to leave, the wife, who was normal and level-headed. And, all right, what did he tell you to do? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So that was always an event. The best day was car wash day. A 64 Mustang convertible, red with a white top. They always had other cars. Like, everyone had a nice car, and they had a Jaguar. I mean, I worked for them for so long. I'd be interested to see a list of what cars they had just while I was working for them. And you would always get tough jobs. Sometimes I'd be at work when I was working in the pharmacy for him, and he'd give me a set of keys and say, run the Jaguar up, what's that place in Rhode Island where people take their sailboats? But he was going to sail from Atlantic City to Rhode Island, and he wanted a car there when he got there. And I don't know why he didn't rent one, but I'd always have tough jobs like drive the Jaguar to Rhode Island and then just wait around for a few days. If he needed something done, I would do it. And then when he was done with it, drive it back. So it was a tough life. It was a tough job. And of course, my co-workers hated me because they'd be stuck at work, and I would get the go down in Atlantic City. He had a house in Ventnor, New Jersey, which was the same island as Atlantic City. And they had a 3-story house. It was gorgeous with a hot tub, and he had a boat there. Go down and clean the windows. We could spend 3 days cleaning the windows by hand, paper towels, vinegar Windex. Each window had to be done by hand 3 times, inside and out, no squeegees. And he was right. He was right, because they always came out great. And if we tried to do it another way, or tried to do it 2 times, it wouldn't come out. So it was always an interesting event to go to work. And needless to say, I always kept clothes in my car. Back then I had a 76 Malibu with swivel chairs, 2-door Malibu. And then later in life, I think around 88, I got a Beretta. Are you coming out in front of us, sir? Oh, you could have went. I would have let you go, buddy. There you go. But I'll take the Jaguar over any car I've ever owned. Even though, I'm 6'5" 3/4", so I'd like to say I'm 6'6", because it just sounds better. I'm probably an inch shorter than that now. You get old, you start going the other way, right? If I live long enough, I might be 5 foot tall. I'm glad I was big when I played sports, but I would have loved to have been about 5'6" every time I flew on an airplane. And I'm sure the person next to me would have felt good about it too. So here's the marina. The sand Patricio County Navigation District Marina. Right here at Express Mart. And over the years, we've looked at all these trailer parks back here. Ransom Road RV Park. We looked at these apartments over here. Bayshore Apartments. We looked at ICW RV Park. Is ICW the one that had the really wide road and it used to be a landing strip? Mickey's Bar and Grill back here. Nice. Not too many cars back here, other than the car behind me. ICW RV Park. Yeah, I think that's the one that the main road is a landing strip. Let's go up here. I'll show you Mickey's Bar and Grill. And then there's an RV park right here. Mickey's Bar and Grill. RV sites available. So if you really like Mickey's, you could live here. You could just walk over every night and have dinner. You go ahead, bud. Thank you. I don't even know if that guy got on camera. He's walking with a ladder. And my rule is, he's walking with a ladder, so I'm going to let him go. Because all I got to do is move my ankle a little bit to stop. So he was good about it. So there's Mickey's. Mickey's Bar and Grill, Hampton's Landing Marina. Let me see if I can make out the number. 361-756-1562. And I don't know anyone who's ever told me they've had bad food there. And it's right here on a little, what do you call these things, kids? Canal. Thank you. Look at this. They got a trailer in front of their trailer. They got a guest trailer. That's pretty good, actually. No complaints there. I don't think they have any no old trailer rules here, because some of these are old. And that's okay. You can save money and just go to Mickey's every night for your entertainment. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that one straight ahead of us is the landing strip. Which is funny because when I traveled in my martial art days, we would go to West Palm Beach, Florida. There was a karate camp down there several times a year. Well, I don't think we're getting through here, guys. I don't know. I'm going to give him a nice wide berth. What do you think? And there was this one instructor, and I won't say his name, but he was fired up to go down there every year because he wanted to go to Landing Strip. Landing Strip was a strip club. Landing Strip. You guys going to Landing Strip tonight? I'm going to go to Landing Strip. You going to go? You going to go? Y'all want to go to Landing Strip? And we saw him this one time. I mean, this is for years. This grown man is talking about a strip club, you know? Parking in resident spaces only. One time we saw him, he disappeared. We saw him the next day. He was late coming for classes. And he said, I'll tell you what, I ain't going to that landing strip no more. I ain't going there no more. I went in there last night for about 5 hours. And they had nothing but fat old ugly women in there. I spent about $1,200. It's just, I spent about $1,200, but he wasn't laughing. He was dead serious. Here's some guys putting the boat out. Oh, we missed it. I see some pelicans waiting. You can kind of see in the distance on the left-hand side there, the bridge 361 that goes from Aransas Pass to Port Aransas. We've had a surge. You know, the last time we were over here, it was because they found a body. You see they have this really nice covered picnic table area here. I think it was right up here. Yeah, there was a small crew working here, and they had a boat, and when they came into work, they found a body right there in that little corner. And when we came up here the next day or so, they still had the police tape put up. So that was interesting. All right, I've started. You guys ready?
Did you see my new chocolate ride-on lawnmower? It's pretty sweet.
Did he say, did you see my new ride-on chocolate lawnmower? It's pretty sweet. That's a true dad joke. All right, I'll accept that. One time right here, this is the water treatment facility. They made the mistake of leaving the gate open, and we went up there, and I made the mistake of filming what's in those vats right there. And we looked at it for about a minute, and then we got turd. We got turd and left. Oh boy. Fresh shrimp burgers at Mickey's Bar and Grill. I love shrimp. I'm not a big fan of shrimp burgers or I like crab cakes as on a plate, but not as like a sandwich. I got rules, people. ICWRV Park. Private property, no trespassing. I swear, a lot of these places put up signs after I went in and made videos there. Damn it. They should just have my photo at the front with a big Ghostbusters slash thing through it. No Dennis's. Well, guys, I hope you're doing well. There's actually cars behind me. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Thanks for riding along today. Thanks for watching.